All right, welcome back, y'all. Welcome back. Again, we have a very special guest, Miss Shonette Parrilla. I might be pronouncing that wrong. I can't get them R's and the R's rolling off my tongue right, but I'm going to work on that. Miss Shonette, I thank you for definitely coming in today for this podcast via telephone. I truly appreciate the time. And would you tell the people about yourself just a little bit before we get into the conversation and the interview?
Absolutely. Again, my name is Shonette Parrilla. You got to roll with the R's. I was invited to speak about myself and things that I do. And I appreciate the invitation. I'm just even impressed that you invited me on. I want to transition programs that are coming out of an institutional setting, whether it be prisons, rehab, homeless shelters, sometimes even off the street. I provide services for the women. It's a residential program. They can stay from 2 months up to 2 years, even longer if need be. And my services to them is the primary diagnosis is always mental health. Secondary is drug and alcohol. So I focus on, working with them with their mental health. I do have a degree in psychology, so I can, do counseling and run groups to bring information. I also, and by the way, it's a nonprofit organization, the transitional program. I also have another nonprofit based out of Southern California because I moved from the Philadelphia area to Southern California in 2021. And the other nonprofit is called For the People, and that's the number 4, the people. I'm sorry, and the first nonprofit is called Veterans for Recovery, and that's the number 4. I changed the name in 2020 to Serenity in Recovery. When I first started, I was just servicing female vets that were coming out of prison. But since then, I changed the name to open it up to more people. Secondly, like I was saying, For the People. For the People is an outreach program geared towards the homeless population in Southern California. California has like one of the largest homeless populations in the country. So I'm in the process of opening up a location where they can have drop-in outreach services, whether it be resources, somewhere they can come charge their phones, somewhere they can come sign up for phones, grab and go breakfast, grab and go lunch, wash clothes if need be, pick up toiletries, sit down with interns, and maybe sign up for benefits, SNAP benefits, Social Security, disability, things of that nature. And then I have 2 LLCs, which one is called Twins for the Win LLC Books and Dolls. I have twin daughters, they're ages 12, and I started that LLC for them. I sell books, well, not right now books, but I have dolls and I have T-shirts. I am Muslim, so therefore the dolls are Islamic dolls and the T-shirts are Islamic T-shirts. And then I have something called Philly Pies LLC. I created that because, number one, I live in Southern California. Number 2, I specialize and homemade baked goods. I have three specialty pies, which is well, peach cobbler. That's not really a pie, but peach cobbler, apple pie, and sweet potato pie, which is made all homemade. I do have vegan options, organic options, and I sell them. You know, in the communities. I sell them to different stores, different restaurants. And again, that's based out of California. That's why I created that LLC. So you kind of can understand why I called it Philly Pies LLC, because I want to put a stamp on, okay, even though I reside in California right now, I still am home based in Philly. And that's my home. And my significant other, uh, I started he and I started a nonprofit together, which
Okay.
is it's his nonprofit, and it's called Lean Towards Love. And what it is fentanyl awareness, education, and sporting events for youth that lost their parents due to fentanyl. And I am in the process of launching a prison to pavement podcast, which is geared towards um, people that are incarcerated, providing research information, linking estranged family members with their incarcerated loved ones, interviewing people that, whether they are incarcerated now, whether they were incarcerated in the past, also dealing with, you know, political members that to get an understanding of how, mass incarceration works, and also my significant other is currently incarcerated. And there
Okay.
you have it.
Go ahead. I'm listening.
Um, I am the parent of six children. I just to give a little bit of background on myself. I've been married twice. Um, I, you know, I have went through life struggles. I've been through being homeless. I went through a period of depression in my life where I was abused in purpose at one point in time. It was a very short-lived situation. I pulled myself back together. It took me about 3 months. And I've been, during a period of time when I was homeless, I've been attacked on the street. Uh, I've lost both of my parents, one of my parents, due to oxycontin overdose. That was in 2006. That was
Sorry to
my
hear that.
mother. And my father just died last year. They both were, my both parents used drugs. My father used them until he was 50. Um, my mother, she used drugs back in the 70s and in the 60s. She stopped and started going to church. When she developed rheumatoid arthritis, that's when she started using Oxycontin, and eventually that was the cause of her demise. But that's a little bit about myself. In a nutshell, I'm going to say a short version.
Okay, short version. All right. Well, thank you for that. I definitely appreciate. We definitely appreciate that. So basically, what got you started into this path and this journey that you're taking right now?
With the Prison Payment Podcast or
Just
the
basically
transitional
everything,
program.
just everything that you just got in motion right now.
Okay, well, what started me with the transitional program was me losing my mother into an oxycontin overdose. That's what made me want to dive more deeper into the disease of addiction, because that's exactly what it is. It's a disease. And me losing her made me want to learn more, made me want to figure out more about why, why people take that avenue. Um, Secondly, the outreach program is when I actually got to California and I saw um, how the homeless population is so um, just wide. And the Shonette Parrilla, that's just because I have a real passion for cooking and
Okay.
baking. And, why not market my product to the world so they can taste these amazing pies that I make? And the the nonprofit for my significant other, um, I got into that with him because he was incarcerated for conspiracy to distribute fentanyl. So um, we wanted to do something to bring awareness to, this and assist people. And the Prison the Payment podcast idea, it came from just me having loved ones that was incarcerated at one point in time. I was too. Um, and, now dealing with someone that is incarcerated.
Okay. All right. All right. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. So
And,
far,
and at
say
the
say it
beginning of
again.
2026. I'm sorry. One of my residents asked me, when is he coming home?
Oh, okay. All right. No problem with that. All right. All right. So, I hear you doing a lot of things with the prison reform. What is basically your outreach and what you want to
Oh,
accomplish with
yeah, and
that?
I also belong on the Delaware County uh, Prison Reform, which I joined that in 2018.
In 2018?
Mm-hmm. That's
Oh,
based out of Delaware County. That's where my transitional housing program is included.
okay. All right. All right. All right. All right. Okay. All right. So, far as with that, you said in 2018 you started. Far as on that path, what's like I said, what's some of the things you want to see and the outcomes you want to happen with the prison reform, even if it's just in the city or state to state? What is your main goal and objective for that?
Um, I want to end mass incarceration.
Hmm.
Um, for the conviction rate to be so high. Um, and it's all really a mind game that they do.
Yes.
Um, is that the door, Joyce? Okay. Um, they when you get arrested, they give you a laundry list of charges, and then they drop some, making you think that you winning. Oh well, they dropped this, and this, but
Right.
that's all to get you to plead guilty.
Right.
It's all a mind game at the end of the day, and it's a money game, it's a mind game, and it's built to break you down.
Right. I totally
So
agree.
my goal with that is to, you know, de-weaponize the mass incarceration
Hmm.
and that high conviction rate that all throughout the whole country, you know, bringing the high conviction rate down because people are, you know, getting convicted um, for things that we would consider small in the sense, like possession, not possession with intent, but just like maybe personal possession of marijuana, let's say in state of Pennsylvania, because it's legalized in California, but that's all a
Hmm.
money game as well. Um, so that's my goal as far as working, dealing with the prison system, um, the incarceration piece, the as far as mass incarceration,
Okay.
trying to bring that down, trying to draw a bridge between estranged, incarcerated loved ones and their families. One second, one second. Do not ever do that again. You cannot light cigarettes in the house. Okay, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Um, and just working on reducing the rate of recidivism.
Okay. All right. I like the sound of that. I like the sound of that. So is it difficult doing the things that you do as far as with all that? Like I'm sure like every day is new challenges, especially with the ongoing violence in all states, just not certain particular cities, but in all states that you may be trying to reach out to or touch. Do you find any obstacles that may hinder that, or just may even just sometimes it just may be just too much for you? Have you ever felt like that?
Is what I'm doing too much, like everything I'm doing?
No, no. Far as like things just being just a recurrence, like violence just seeming like it'll never stop. The ongoing of the mass incarcerations with people being guilty and not guilty. Like, do you think sometimes that becomes overwhelming?
Absolutely.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, I am still a human being. And because I'm a woman, women are emotional beings by nature. However, I had to learn to unlearn uh, operating with emotions and operate with intellect.
Mm.
So I had to learn to set emotions to the side when I'm dealing with these things. So yes, it does become overwhelming at times.
Okay. All right. All right. Thank you for sharing that. Thank you for sharing that. So also you have
Hmm.
some things going on as far as like with the homeless people, helping them out and have bringing shelter to them. Can you elaborate on that a little more? Like what are the things that you going? When did you start that exactly? Like as far as reaching out to the homeless and wanting to really help them and putting your heart into that.
Can I place you on a brief hold for
Sure.
like 2 seconds? 2 seconds.
All right.
Go open the door. Yes, I'm sorry about that. Um, Now, what was your question?
My question was basically, as far as everything that you got going on, as far as wanting to help the homeless out and bring a shelter to them. When did you start that, and when did you basically feel in your heart that you wanted to basically help them and try?
When what made me want to
Hmm.
really get into the homeless is when I found myself in homeless.
Okay,
That was in 2018.
okay, that was in 2018.
And then I opened up my business in 2019.
Okay, all right. So you were definitely motivated in 2018 to do a lot. I see.
hmm
All right. Okay. So far as with that, what's some of the accomplishments that you did achieve so far as with the homeless and helping them and things like that? Were you able to provide a lot of shelter? Or that's something that you're still working on? And are you getting
As
any
far
help
as
from anyone?
providing shelter,
Hmm.
I don't provide shelter for them. A lot of homeless people in California don't want shelter.
Oh
Hey, how
wow.
you doing? Yeah. A lot of homeless people in California, they don't want shelter. They're comfortable with being outside. One I have a lady that I know very well. She she came in to meet and talk to me. I
Hmm.
want I want her to just get some of this conversation in, so she can know what's going on, what I'm doing right now, and then we will continue to talk, and then I'm gonna talk to her. I'm on a podcast call right now, and I want you to hear it. Okay. He is asking me about how I started, what I get into, what brought me to this point, and things of that nature. So, and I just met with him over the phone yesterday. He asked me to be on this podcast. Oh, okay. And so I said, let's do it today. And I knew you was coming, and I wanted you to hear it. This is Joyce. This is one of my residents. Joyce, whatever you doing, you need to come back down in a little bit. All right. All right. So back to what you were saying. You can write this down too. Oh, my daughter can write this down for you. Um, back to what you were saying as far as the homeless. The outreach center is in the process of being launched.
Mm-hmm.
And what I'm gonna provide for them, what I do now, I just go provide them with T-shirts and baked goods. But what I will be providing them with when the outreach center does open up is, like I said, grab and go breakfast, lunch, resource information. If they want to sign up for SNAP benefits, they can do that. Charge their phone, sit there on the couch, watch TV, talk to the interns, because that's what I'm going to have working with them, is like college insurance. Just some place where they could get off the street. Because California it's not humid, it's just hot. I can't explain it. The sun is hot.
Nah, I
And
understand.
you know, being outside, and you don't understand them homeless people out there, they wear coats and hats, and
Wow.
we think it's so, they wouldn't be able to survive out here. They wouldn't. They wouldn't be able to survive in the snow. They think 60 degrees is cold. Oh, wow. But, yeah, so that's what brought me to working with them.
Okay.
You know, the things that I went through, and then just living out in California and seeing the homeless population.
Okay. Do you have any nonprofit organizations that you may have started in regards to that?
You must didn't hear me when I was telling you. The non okay, sure. This program, the transitional, is nonprofit.
Mm-hmm.
Is Lauren asleep? Okay. Yeah. The nonprofit is the transitional is nonprofit. The For the People, that's the outreach homeless program. That's nonprofit. The Lean Towards Love, the one that I helped my significant other start, that's nonprofit.
Okay.
So it's 3 nonprofits, 2 LLCs.
All right. Okay. Thank you for sharing that again. I just wanted to be clear on that. I truly appreciate that. All right. So moving forward, the next question I have for you is far as the community, the black community, what are some of the things that you're hoping to reach or touch or even change with the youth? Or you already explained what you're trying to do as far as the homelessness, but more so with the youth and maybe the violence.
Let me take it back a couple sentences. When I speak about things that I do, I never use the word trying.
Okay.
So let's eliminate that word.
All right. Let's eliminate that word trying.
Trying is hit or miss. When you're trying to do something, you may do it, you may not do it. You may be successful at it, you may not be. I don't try to do anything. I just do it.
Right. I definitely understand that. I definitely understand.
You know, I don't mean to sound sarcastic or condescending, but I eliminated that word out of my voice. She says, tell her I can help her out with that. Okay. Yeah. So you said, what am I doing as far as the African American community?
Yes. For the things that you may want to.
The majority of the people that I service now is either African American or Latino. The majority of them, I'm gonna say 80% of them. So, and that's across the board as far as everything that I do. You know, I think African Americans only make up about 15% of the country, but our incarceration rate is, I think, like 67, 70%, 80. Yeah, so that right there shows you that, you know, the majority of us are incarcerated.
Right.
We take up the majority of the incarceration, even though we only like 15% of the country.
Right. And you said we make up 15% of the country.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Thank you for that news and knowledge. All right. So what will you do to bring the changes on to the African American communities with everything that you got going on?
Um,
Like, what will be your impact?
everything.
Like, what would be your stamp that will remember you?
Um, I was started trying to impact the youth,
Mm-hmm.
starting at as early as daycare age. Um, because you know most children they learn the majority of things they do learn between like birth and 5 years old. Everything else is like kind of repetition. So I would start early educating the youth on all the things that's going on, and empowering, um, you know, starting at that age, instilling, positive talk into, into their everyday living because we already tear each other down. Then we got society tearing us down. Then we got, you know, police officers trying to take us out. And then we take each other
Right.
out.
Right.
So, you know, it starts at a young age letting people know that, little girls, little black girls, little brown girls, that we don't have to go against each other. We don't have to um, be taught to dislike each other because she may be tall and you're short, or she may be light and you're dark, or her hair may be long and yours is
Right.
short. Then those are the things within, little black girls and brown girls that you would be surprised take place early. Number two, um, are men, young men and young boys, teaching them that they don't have to be a part of a group or a clique to be strong. Yes, strength is in numbers, but listen to what I'm about to say to you. Strength is in numbers, good and bad. So you can have strength in numbers to do bad stuff as well as good stuff. So let's lean towards, if we're going to stand alone strong, and do something that's positive. If we want to stand separate, this is my daughter, one of them anyway. Um, if we want to stand separate, we're going to still have that strength. We're going to instill that in us, no matter what. And
Okay.
just to educate young men and young boys that we don't have to like have oxen spin the block and kill each other to
Right.
make a name for ourselves.
Right. Definitely.
Because last I checked, in prison you a number.
Yeah, definitely. That's all you are.
You know, that's not good.
Most
And so,
definitely. In prison, that's all you are, and is a number. And
mhm.
the youth that's going to listen to this. I hope you're taking to heed that's what's being said, because that's all you are is a number. No matter what you think you were out here in these streets, no matter what you was doing, like she said, no spinning the blocks, having ops, that don't matter when you get behind them walls. The only thing that's going to matter is that number, which will be addressed as 24/7, receiving mail, receiving your commissary, receiving your visit slips, all that. That's go
Yeah, and
ahead.
they don't. They're taught by their so-called friends and their peers and stuff that that's what's cool, but it's not cool. Don't
Right.
nobody listen. Me and I was locked up before for a short period of time. That ain't don't nobody wake up and say, "Oh, this is a great day to go to jail."
At all.
No, it's not no way to be.
Right. At all. I agree. So what? So let me. Can
Mhm.
I ask you a
Mhm.
question? What do you think that
Not
well-minded, like-minded African American men can do to be able to help and assist you in what you're doing and going to do in the future?
um men that's doing the same thing that I'm doing.
Right, or just believe in the same thing you're doing and saying, and just standing behind you. Just what do you think just African American men can do as men, not the men that's portrayed today, the real men. What can they do to be able to stand behind and assist you further?
To stand behind me.
Yes.
Um, First of all, I feel like they would have to have some type of experience in order to teach, somebody else. They would
Okay.
have to have some type of experience.
All right. They would need some type of
And when I
experience.
say experience, I mean been out there, lived the life, got something to give to somebody to be able to, yes, the knowledge to give them to say, okay, well, I did 20 years in jail, and this is the things that I experienced. Not me, I'm just saying, like, speaking hypothetically. So these are the things that you don't want to do, you know, the experience and the book knowledge, too. All I want to
Right.
meet somebody. The book knowledge and then the drive, because even you could have been in jail, had a book knowledge. A lot of people don't have the passion to do it. They just be so burnt out, you know.
Okay. So do you think that men that hasn't been to jail, they wouldn't be able to assist you in any shape, form, or fashion?
They probably would, because even if they haven't been in jail, they've been in the street.
Mm-hmm. Right.
You know, something that they could give back. Because, see, this is what I know for a fact. And I learned this when I started going up to the prisons and stuff. They're not going to think you like them unless they know you like them. Like if you live the same thing that they live. So they're not going to be really open to accept what you got to say unless you got something to say, okay, well, I did that too.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And with that, that to me, I'm kind of indifferent about that, because sometimes you can learn something from almost anybody, and sometimes
Right,
it may take, like you said, it might not be somebody that's been in jail, but it might have been somebody that's been in the streets, that's been in the hood, that knew about that life, that understands it, that can be able to teach somebody that has been to jail or had did time, things like that, something different. Because I've seen it done plenty of times and things like
right,
that.
right.
But I definitely agree with you 100% on everything. But moving further, with far as like I said, you already explained everything that you got going on. How you feel about the African American communities and things like that. What else? Because this is what I try to like speak on to a lot of my different sisters and melanated brothers out there. What can we do far as coming together, unifying, and making changes? What can we do? I know we can come together and preach and make rallies and things like that. But what can we do? What is the footwork? What is the real get putting our boots on the ground and getting out there? What can we really do to really make changes? Uniting together.
Um, we need to not only be able to give these young men and women and, boys and girls, we not only need to give them information, we need to listen. We need to listen to them. We need to listen to what they're saying. Sometimes listen to what they're not saying. Because silence is loud too. You know,
Yes, definitely.
um, body language. Um, I took classes on body language. I took when I was in college. Um, we had a handwriting specialist come in and taught us about how to kind of evaluate a person from how they write. If their letters is big, small, fat, little, teeny, it's all kinds of different ways. So sometimes, even if they don't say nothing,
Mm-hmm.
all right.
There's still a lot being said.
She types in some type of way. One of my residents, she lost her son last month.
Oh
Yeah.
wow. Sorry to hear
He
that.
died in a fire accident. And he was only 18.
Oh
So,
wow.
yeah, sometimes listening to them, or you could say something like, and I've done this in the past, you could say something like, write down, if you don't want to talk, I would just want you to write down the first thing that comes to your mind right now. And there's two things you can get out of that. You can look at the handwriting, well, me, I look at the handwriting and see what it looks like. And then secondly, the first thing that comes to their mind. So let's say if they say overwhelmed,
Mm-hmm.
then you know what's going on. They're overwhelmed. And it could be overwhelmed from a wide variety of different things. So we got to get to why. Why are they overwhelmed?
Right.
So like I said, there's all kinds of ways that we can get them, we can get ourselves to listen. Listening to them and talking to them is key in, trying to educate them, and then sometimes they can educate us as well.
Right. And another question I have for you: do you think it's still hope in saving the youth today in 2024?
Oh, absolutely.
And I only say that because, like you said, with far as the experience thing, like how people need experience for others to basically listen to them. A lot of these young boys feel as though if you don't have a lot of bodies or more bodies than me, or if you didn't do more shootings or spinning blocks than I have, oh, hey, it's nothing you can say to me. I'm not going to listen to you. I'm more tougher than you. I'm more bigger than you. So with that mindset and attitude with the youth, that's really their attitude. How could we get through that? Because most of the time, me as a man trying to talk to a young guy is more so going in one ear and out the other, and it always falls on deaf ears amongst a young crowd.
Mhm. They do. But it's never, as long as you woke up, they woke up. It's
Mm-hmm.
always an opportunity. Yeah, and I tell people this sometimes. So my brother, his wife, right?
Mm-hmm.
His wife's son got, he ain't been convicted yet, but I think he killed like 4 people. He was like 16. He killed 4 people.
Mm-hmm.
That we know of. That we know of. Yeah, Lisa, that's my brother's wife. Yeah. Then he escaped from jail. He got caught, but the point is he escaped from jail.
Right.
And I think right now, he's kind of like realizing like I'm not coming home. I think Lisa said that they offered him like 25 years or something like that. But her whole thing is, and that's another thing, the stuff you put your mom through, your dad through. But I think Lisa finally, my other wife finally comes to the conclusion is I might not be here when my son get out. So I gotta just equip him to be able to survive in jail. She lost her daughter. Me got locked up in March of 2021. Then she lost her daughter in June of 2021. So, but she had another son. He got locked up where he got out. She bailed him out. But the point is, I think he kind of starting to, not all the way, he's like maybe 30% starting to see that, like, this is where I'm really going to be. And my mom might die and I'm still here. You know, that's the thing. When you get locked up, you not only is affecting you, it's affecting your family too.
Right.
You know, so your mom, your dad, people that brought you in this world, you think they don't hurt when they child is incarcerated? That is a different kind of hurt. I think short of losing your child, you pretty much lost them anyway. You'll be able to talk to them, but you can't sit there. You can't cook your son or your daughter their favorite meal. They can't, come,
Right.
and chill with you or be like, Mom, let's do this or let's go here or whatever. So getting them before they get to that point where they 16 with 4 homicides. And I mean, I know my sister-in-law, and I know how she is with is with her children. And she was very stern, and they was very privileged, but her son still did what he did. When I say them kids had everything they wanted and things that they didn't even want.
Yeah.
But it still didn't stop what happened. And then he lost his dad on top of that. So, it gets deep. But talking to them is the beginning of it. Educating them and again listening to them,
Right. Right. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thanks for sharing that. Because
Yeah, no problem.
that definitely needed to be heard. Because a lot of youth don't understand that how it affects just not you, the person going to jail. Like once you go to jail to do the bid, the whole family doing the bid with you. Your mom, dad, if they still
Mhm.
alive, sisters, brothers, everybody. And a lot of youth doesn't understand that until they're sitting in there and they're realizing, like you said, like wow, I'm never coming home. I'm never coming
Right,
home.
right.
Unfortunately, when I was incarcerated, when I was sitting at greatest I seen a lot of young boys coming in with life sentences, playing around, and then once they
Yeah,
got to the
yeah, and
home
they play
jail,
around.
right,
They play around
once they got
until
to the
they
home,
like,
right, a year or two into the bid, maybe 3 years
right,
in,
and then
and
they
that
be like,
was
okay, I'm really not
exactly,
coming home.
exactly, and
And
that's when
y'all get
you,
that messed up, Bella, until they really realize that they not coming home this time, or at all.
right, and that's when the real tears
But when
come out, man.
I'm gonna need to ramp it up in a little bit because I gotta talk with her and I wanted to get if you wanted to get some more additional questions out.
Okay. Sure. Yeah. We can. We could be cool. Yeah. I just got one more question, and then we could go ahead and wrap it. We could wrap it up.
Mm-hmm.
Um. Let's see. We didn't really brief on this or talk about it yet, but I just want your opinion on it. It's kind of off topic, but it's not because it's still relative to everything that's going on and what you're doing. Far as
Mm-hmm.
the politics and what's going on with the Biden and Kamala Harris, can you, as an African American, as an African American woman, can you give me your opinion on how you feel about that, and do you think Kamala Harris would be a good lead for us, or do you think Donald Trump would be a good lead for us? Because like I said, I sit around people that's indifferent about both. Some think that, and I'm speaking about our people, some people think that Trump will still be all right for us. Some people think that Kamala Harris will be all right for. In my personal opinion, honestly, I don't think neither one of them would be a good fit for us. But how do you feel about that?
I'm with you, and I'm so much with you, and I'll tell you, I haven't voted since 2008, and that's when Obama came in. Um, it the the way in the direction that things is going, um, I'm not I don't have any feelings either way. I'm not for it or against it. I just don't feel like it makes a difference at this point. I believe in one thing that I know that's never going to change, and that's God. So, with my beliefs, that's all that matters to me. I know I'm protected, and I feel sorry for those that aren't. But
Right.
with my beliefs, I'm gonna be okay. With whoever get in office.
Yes, yes.
Tony the Tiger can get in office. It don't matter to me. It's
Right.
just, it's politics. It's going to do whatever it's going to do. And, I march to a beat of a different drum. So,
Okay.
if that is a suffice enough answer for you.
Yes, that definitely was. I truly appreciate that answer. All right. Well, thank you. I truly appreciated Miss Shonette for definitely calling in and sharing some time with us to be able to explain some things that you are doing and just giving us a piece of your life. I truly appreciate it. And I would definitely look forward to coming on your podcast when you get all that together, maybe in the future, or maybe we can do this again also in the future. You call in or maybe even come in to the podcast and have an interview. That's all up to you. But I truly appreciate it. Thank you for your time. And I hope we can definitely do this again in the future.
Oh, I look forward to it. I'm going to touch base with you, and if it's okay, in a couple hours.
All right. That's perfectly fine.
That's cool. So around 7?
Yes, that's perfectly fine.
All right. I'll talk to you soon.
All right. I'll talk to you, and thank you. I truly appreciate the call in.
You're welcome.
All right. You have a wonderful day.
You too. Bye.
All right. There y'all have it. I truly appreciate that time. As y'all heard, y'all got to hear a lot, man. So I hope y'all take heed and listen to it, especially if we had some youth listening in today. You know that prison is not the way to go. Never is, never will be. It's not a game. It's truly not a game. Like you heard yourself. It's inmates that may not ever, young inmates that will never see the day of light again will get in there and then realize a few years later that they're never coming home, ever. And when that reality sink in, I've seen it when I unfortunately had to do time. When that reality sink into them young boys, they cry. They hurt. They human. They finally realized that no matter how many killings they done did, how many bodies they done got, they finally remember that they human. And then it's too late. So hopefully y'all got something out of this episode. I am your host, Manny Manolo. I thank y'all for your time. We're going to wrap it up. I appreciate it. Stay tuned for the next one.